complexity isn't new. It's really just the ever increasing amount of complexity, right? So the landscape for digital fundraising and marketing continues to get more complex. And it's human nature to look for shortcuts. It's human nature to put off the most complex thing until we're ready. And so it means that nonprofits really run a deficit. When it comes to these issues, they pile up. It's easy to find or seek for the easy button, and maybe that's acquisition. Let's just focus on acquisition, and then at the same time, start to be frustrated with the performance. Maybe in 2025 compared to 2023 or 2022, where it looks like it's harder to do a thing today. And so that's really where that, speaking about the complexity, that your email program, if it is less efficient today, check and make sure that your plumbing works. You don't have any leaks, right? Your email program, if it's less efficient today, double check that all of your DNS records are correct. That's 20% of nonprofits don't have a DMARC DNS record today. It's a really easy thing to get right, and getting it wrong means that you might not be able to reach Gmail users or Gmail inboxes, right? It's human nature to look at complexity as a New Year's resolution. And we know how those go for most people on their own personal growth. But when it comes to your organization and where you need to go, that's why complexity isn't something that we can hide from any longer, because it's really reducing the efficiency of our investments, and it's more important than ever that we choose the right partner to help us solve for the complexity. So my hope is that we look at there are really good tenets of responsible AI around transparency, around security and accountability. The one that is the most troubling is fairness, as it's not a fair world that we live in. I wish it was. If it was, we wouldn't need so many nonprofits to help fill the gaps. When you see big companies talk about responsible AI, what you need to hear is Google's "Don't be evil." It's really just a catchphrase now. And so we see a lot of leaders that are trying to take responsible AI to the letter and follow it to the letter, and take it seriously. And there's again the pillars of or tenets of responsible AI that are worthy and should be taken seriously. The fairness part is really something that is impossible for a nonprofit to say, hey, this HR software is using AI. How do we make this software be more fair? And how do we follow responsible AI and use Claude or use ChatGPT? And the reality is that a single nonprofit, or even the nonprofit industry, really doesn't have enough power to go to these vendors and say, hey, you need to open up your AI. We need to see how you're being fair and how your AI is making decisions. And so there is, the industry is holding itself back by applying standards to itself that these larger orgs that are making big AI happen are not doing the same thing. And so that's, I think, the element. I would hope that responsible AI gets a 2.0 update or upgrade. And if not, then my hope is that, the fundraising AI, the leaders in the industry really take the elements they like of responsible AI. They make a framework to ensure that they are doing the best they can, so that they are gauging the severity of, hey, AI is going to do what? It's going to have make automatic decisions. That automatic decision is when to send an email to a donor. Really low severity, right? If that automatic decision is going to determine who gets to eat this month, who gets benefits at a food bank this month, or who doesn't get considered as a job candidate, who doesn't get considered for a grant, then we're really speaking to more. There's more severity at play here. It's more complex, and we need more transparency. And so the tenets of responsible AI already cover that severity because they cover transparency, they cover accountability, they cover the security. And so that's where I would urge people to really look at the severity of what you're doing with AI. If you're writing emails, if you're analyzing data, there's a lot you could be doing now that doesn't have to be under the flag of like, can we make this fair? That's there's we it it's it's just too hard to really just wave that wand and say done. It's fair.